Chase Elliott's breakthrough and the tragic pit stop mistake at Dover. Chase Elliott's long-awaited breakout performance was overshadowed by a critical crew chief mistake that reignites questions about the team's future. Let's unpack this pivotal race and what it means for NASCAR's most popular driver. After years of underwhelming finishes, often coasting in the middle top 10 without serious championship contention, Elliott's No. 9 team suddenly discovered its groove. With recent victories at Atlanta Motor Speedway, breaking a 91 race win drought, and a clutch jump into the points battle spotlighted renewed potential. But during Sunday's Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400 at Dover Motor Speedway, Elliott's dominating 238-lap lead evaporated in a split-second crew chief decision, leaving fans and analysts scratching heads. Here's the twist. Elliott was almost gifted the lead after final green flag pit stops. Christopher Bell and Austin Dillon had yet to refuel, and Elliott was primed to take first with fresh tires. Instead, crew chief Alan Gustafson called his driver into the pits for just 2 tires, as older rubber, to cede the lead to Denny Hamlin, who cruised to victory on worn tires. Elliott limped to 6th. Post-race radio transcripts revealed a stunning lack of confidence. The question is, do we want tires or do we want the front row or the lead? Gustafson asked, only to abandon his own strategy. Elliott's tentative pause, I don't, highlighted the breakdown in communication. But here's where it gets controversial. This isn't an isolated incident. Gustafson's pit strategy misfires, from the 2014 NASCAR title letdown with just Gordon to this year's Coca-Cola 600 heartbreak, are costing Elliott wins he could otherwise secure. Why does this keep happening? Track position has never been more crucial with the next-gen car, yet Gustafson repeatedly gambles on tire strategy over dominance. When qualifying was rained out, Elliott's pole via NASCAR's metric system was the only reason he led all day. Without that luck, his stellar performance might have gone unnoticed. The comparison to NBA coach Doc Rivers is apt. Like Rivers, Gustafson's career has leaned on elite talent to mask questionable game plans. While Elliott has enjoyed Hall of Fame caliber runs, their decade-long partnership has delivered good enough results, not the greatness a driver of Elliott's talent deserves. The urgency for change is clear. Elliott is wasting prime years on a crew chief who can't maximize opportunities when the car is fast. And this is the part most people miss. A true champion crew chief elevates their driver when the car isn't the best. For example, Hamlin's team has built a reputation for turning mediocre speed into wins through brilliant strategy, a stark contrast to Elliott's recurring issues. By contrast, Elliott's crew chief too often leaves him vulnerable. So here's the big question. Should Gustafson remain part of Elliott's championship quest? The Dover disaster feels like Groundhog Day for the No. 9 team. Their longevity isn't due to dominance. It's due to a driver talented enough to consistently salvage subpar strategies. But made of a driver of Elliott's caliber, can they truly challenge for a title with this setup? Can Gustafson turn this around? Or is it time for Elliott to push for a new crew chief? Leave your take in the comments below, and let's argue about whether good enough is truly sufficient for a driver with Elliott's potential. Rain chaos at Dover. Top 6 finishes for Bowman, Larson, and Elliott. NASCAR Dover 2023 results. Dover, Delaware. The NASCAR Cup Series race at Dover Motor Speedway faced a tumultuous day on Sunday as it battled through alternating bouts of intense heat and unexpected rain. Much like the previous day, Mother Nature did not hold back her antics. Despite these challenges, Hendrick Motorsports showcased a commendable performance, consistently staying at the forefront of the race. 3 drivers from the team clinched top 6 finishes. Alex Bowman took 3rd place, while Kyle Larson followed closely in 4th, and Chase Elliott secured 6th. They all handled an extensive rain delay that left just 14 laps to go, compounded by 2 caution flags once racing resumed. Elliott's No. 9 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet had a standout performance, leading an impressive 238 laps, the most of any driver that day, and claimed victory in the first stage. He was on the verge of reclaiming the lead after green flag pit stops during the 3rd segment. However, a light rain shower forced officials to wave the caution flag while several cars still needed to pit. Elliott decided to make a quick pit stop under the caution, taking on 2 new tires and exiting the pits in 3rd position. As the race resumed, Elliott and Larson were determined to close the gap to the leaders. But just 17 laps from the finish, Ross Chastain hit the wall, prompting another caution. Not long after, rain returned, halting the race with 14 laps left to run. Fortunately, the sun emerged once more, providing NASCAR with the opportunity to dry the track, leading to a pivotal decision point for drivers, whether to pit for fresh tires or stay out on their current ones. The top 8 drivers opted to remain on the track, positioning Larson and Elliott to restart from the second row. Remarkably, only a few feet into the first restart, Christopher Bell, who was in second place, spun out. This unfortunate event also affected William Byron, the notable contender, resulting in him finishing in 35th place. The race then transitioned into the first green-white-checkered attempt, which also concluded with yet another caution flag. In the meantime, drivers on fresh tires, led by Chase Briscoe, effectively maneuvered through the field, ultimately finishing second to the winner, Denny Hamlin. The remaining trio from Hendrick Motorsports held their positions firmly, securing crucial points as they navigated the final restart, with all 4 cars accumulating stage points during the 2 stages of the race. Elliott earned the pole position thanks to NASCAR's qualification metric, as practices scheduled for Saturday were wiped out due to rain. He initially lost the lead right at the start, but quickly reclaimed it. Not even a competition caution on lap 36 could dismantle his momentum. Elliott's No. 9 Chevrolet led during the first stage, garnering 10 bonus points alongside a significant playoff marker. Byron added 7 points by positioning 4th. Bowman finished with 6 points in 5th, and Larson rounded off the top 10 with an additional point. In Stage 2, the Hendrick Motorsports team continued their strong showing, with Bowman leading the pack to a second-place finish. Elliott finished 4th, Larson took 5th, and Byron routed out the top 6. When all was tallied, the quartet collected a combined total of 51 stage points. Looking ahead, the NASCAR Cup Series is set to return next weekend to the iconic Indianapolis Motor Speedway. NASCAR drama. Chase Elliott's controversial pit strategy at Dover explained. Imagine this. Chase Elliott reflecting on a pivotal moment in his career that left many questioning the decisions made behind the scenes. The controversial call by his crew chief, Alan Gustafson, to pit for 2 tires during a rain caution on lap 340 at Dover Motor Speedway last Sunday has sparked a lot of debate. Elliott, who was one of 6 cars on the lead lap and had just pitted 7 laps earlier, chose to come down pit road. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin and his number 11 team stayed out on their older tires, a strategy that ultimately led to their victory. Elliott finished 6th, having led a race-high 238 laps from pole position. In hindsight, it's easy to see that the number 9 team might have made a mistake, but Elliott argues that the situation could have been just as contentious if the moles were reversed. It's simple to look back and say we made a mistake, Elliott explained in an interview with Jeff Gluck of The Athletic. But think about it. If we had stayed out and Hamlin had pitted, everyone would have been upset with us. We pitted, he stayed out, and he won. It's the same outcome, just from different perspectives. The point is, when you have all the answers after the race, it's easy to second-guess decisions. Elliott praised Hamlin's tire management, noting that staying out would have been risky given the new tires lining up behind them on the second row. Would Hamlin have stayed out if we did too? I doubt it, Elliott said. But who knows? It's a tough call either way. Despite the controversy, the weekend wasn't a total loss for the number 9 team. Elliott's strong performance at Dover helped him secure the regular season points lead, surpassing teammate William Byron. This is significant in the next-gen era, where Elliott's dominance has been rare. The team's decision-making process, Vaufoid, demonstrated their ability to push for the lead, a skill they can build on for future races, including the upcoming event at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But here's where it gets controversial. Should the team have trusted their gut and stayed out, or did the call to pit reflect a more cautious approach? What do you think? Share your opinions in the comments below.